All right, welcome back. Mehiboob Mujawar, retired Maharashtra ATS inspector, alleged that he was ordered to arrest RSS Chief Mohan Bhagwat to push a Bhagwat terror narrative in 2008 Malegaon blast case. Mujawar claims the orders, which also targeted others like Ram Kalsangra and Sandeep Dange, were part of a fabricated investigation led by a senior ATS official. He refused to comply, citing the orders as horrific and unfeasible, leading to a false case against him that ruined his 40-year-old career. Mujawar asserts that the Saffron terror theory was fake and claims to have documentary evidence. This comes after a special NIA court acquitted all 7 accused, including Pragya Thakur and Prasad Purohit, in the blast case due to insufficient evidence. The Malegaon blast on September 29, 2008 killed 6 and injured others near a mosque during Ramzan. All right, we'll talk about this with our guest. Joining us on the program at this point in time is Upma Singh Sadhvi, Pragya's sister. Also joining us on the show is Mr. Yashovardhan Azad, former Special Director, IB. Mr. Harishankar Jain, Supreme Court Advocate, joins us on the program as well. And Mr. Ujjwal Nikam, Rajya Sabha Member of Parliament, will also be joining us momentarily. Mr. Deshratan Nigam, Political Analyst, with us on the program as well. Thank you everyone for being a part of this conversation. Mr. Azad, I'll begin with you, sir. I hope you can hear me. So these are serious charges being made that this certain individual was tasked with, implicating people under the garb of Saffron terror, and he also goes on to say that there were orders, there was a diktat to arrest Mr. Mohan Bhagwat as well. What is your impression of what's happened here?
I think either the person who has told him this is very naive or an absolute novice in law or investigation, because in an investigation like this, which is supervised by even IPS officers, how can you implicate somebody like Mr. Bhagwat or any innocent man? In fact, it's a criminal activity to put an accused man in any list. So I don't know on what basis he's talking about it, and if he says that he was thrown out because of this and he has been made an accused, then he should have laid bare this conspiracy before the NIA, because the NIA itself had, not opposed the plea for the bail of Sadhvi Pragya, as had also dropped her name from the charge sheet. So it was the court which had insisted that no, her name should be there. So if all this evidence would have been there before the court, that the court would have discharged right then only. So I find this very intriguing, this kind of disclosure, and that also at this particular time.
So would you have the opinion that this disclosure, at this point in time, if not earlier, could be an act of some motivation?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know why people come up with these kind of things, which doesn't carry any kind of sense or rationalization. I mean, can somebody in the investigating team be such an idiot that he will say that put an innocent man there? I mean, for what reason? For why? I mean, I don't understand. And putting somebody like Mohan Bhagwat, I mean, this is crazy. I mean, can it ever stand in any kind of a court or even for a common reasoning? So that's number one. And number two, if there was this kind of a conspiracy that you were given a list of, say, 5 or 6 people, that okay, let's put these people there. So obviously you'll have to collect attendant evidence. That means you have to collect, some other false witnesses also. So where will you do that? That entire conspiracy charge, if you give it before the court with evidence, then the case will fall flat right then. Why would it continue for, say, another 7 or 8 years? So I don't know. This should be inquired into, actually. This should be really inquired into. It's a very important thing, because this man says that he was dismissed or there was an inquiry against him and he was under criminal investigation. So that's an important thing, and one should find out how it happened.
Right, and sir, there is also this closure to the Saffron terror debate, which has been done by the courts. What's your response to that?
You know, first of all, this saffron nomenclature was wrong. Whoever did it and talked about saffron terror, I'm totally against this kind of terminology. Saffron terror, you know, Muslim terror or any terror. How are we interested whether he's a Muslim, Indian, Sikh or anybody? You know, look at all over the world, the crimes which are taking place, and if you see the global crime trends, people are talking about cyber crime, rising terrorism. Nobody talks in terms of saffron or green or anything like that. So that was absolutely wrong. But what is also absolutely wrong is, see, after all, NIA is a government agency. NIA, mind you, is one of the top investigative agencies. You have the finest officers there who are brought into it. Now, your case has failed, like in the other case, in the Bombay blast. You should be reflective over it. You should think why it has happened. And you know, having collapse of two the important investigations into terror should set you into thinking very seriously as to what we should do about our prosecution, what we should do about investigation, what should we do about our prisons. Judiciary, of course, I dare not say anything. So it's something to be looked at. For example, if a trial court is giving 5 death sentences and 7 life sentences, and it's completely trashed by the other court, then obviously something is really wrong somewhere. Not only in the investigation and prosecution, which I admit could have been, but also somewhere else. So isn't it time now to look at this thing? Look at this Malegaon, even the blast case. Should be looked into what has happened, because some of the things which have been mentioned are so basic. And when these cases are being supervised by senior IPS officers, then how there are problems with legal sanctions even. I mean, problem with the chain of custody. These are very basic issues in investigation. So I think it really needs a look, but it should be looked into, somebody like an attorney general, because something is seriously wrong with our prosecution. How do we appoint our special prosecutors? That should be looked into. How should we make an appointment into the NIA and the NIA heads? That should be looked into. And how do we appoint the prison chiefs also? That should also be looked into. And I think this calls for not for a gung-ho or a kind of a political kind of a debate. I mean, absolutely wrong to talk about saffron terror, green terror, or whatever things they mention. But look at seriously what is going to happen, because this will have a very, very deep, long implications over our entire criminal justice system.
Mr. Azad, always a pleasure having you, sir. Thank you so much for speaking with us.
For more such videos, subscribe to the Newsx YouTube channel, hit the bell icon.